Hello, this is John from MyBurningGames.com, and I'm here to continue playing Ys, The Vanished Omens for the Sega Master System. This is the second episode of my Let's Play for this game. It is still Sunday, August the 7th, 2016. It's a little later, a couple hours after my first video. Jenny came home, made something to eat, hooked up the Super Nintendo for her so she could play Super Metroid. We walked around the neighborhood playing Pokemon Go. Good times all in all. Especially since the weather here in Oklahoma has just been miserable. Friggin' hot. Way too hot. But it wasn't too bad right now, actually. It looked like there's a storm coming in tonight. So it's pretty breezy, pretty mild, very nice. Great time to be outside playing Pokemon Go.
Get in here. Get in here now.
Let's see, this was the fields. In the last episode. Oh, I can handle that thing now. In the last episode, we explored Minea. We explored the fields. We also explored, what was it, Zepik? Yeah, Zepik. Oh man, I don't have my phone in here. The phone's charging. I'll have to take notes on the computer, I guess. Explored those places. Seems like we know where to go. Couldn't get Sarah to speak to us, though. She said we weren't well equipped. We didn't have well, no, we had a weapon and armor, but didn't have a shield, so because we didn't have all three, she wouldn't talk to us. I put two and two together, though, and realized I need to go buy the Sapphire Ring. It's my first order of business. Give it to Adonis at the Omen Bar in Minea, and he'd give me 1,500 gold in return. After doing that, I had almost enough to buy a sword, armor, and a shield. Just had to go battle a handful of enemies to get the remaining funds needed. Then Sarah would speak to me and lead me on my way. Of course, now we are in Zepik. It's Zepik, right? Zepik. So we will talk to the mayor real quick, just so he can tell us about the silver bell of the town, how it's been stolen. And of course here that's kind of off a little bit, but we'll select this one. It's in the hills to the north. We also have a cave over here, though. Let's check out this cave. First time we went in here, got manhandled. First enemy killed me. Maybe now that I have all these defensive items, the 2 defensive items so far, maybe that'll leave Adel better suited for this task. I need to check to see how much those are giving me. 283 experience, 124 gold. I don't think they're giving me a lot of either. And we probably won't be able to see. Yeah, still can't touch that thing. So caves are a no-go zone at the moment. Oh, and also, because Sarah talked to us, she said that we should check out the seer, or her aunt, in Zepik, who was Geba, I believe. The first time we spoke to Geba, she would not speak to us. Now, hopefully she's had some correspondence from Sarah saying, no, you need help him. Sure enough. I guess it wasn't correspondence, just the fact that we have this crystal. That crystal was once Sarah's. Dost thou search for the books of Ys, then take this. It is a key to the temple. Jeba, not Geba. Aaron gets a key to the temple. I don't think we got any experience for that. I've heard that Sarah's life is in danger. I'm very frightened for her. Okay, let's see. We got a key to the temple. I guess let's go back to Minea real quick and see if something's happened with Sarah. Or if she's just saying that. Yeah, having armor and a shield is what I needed to take on these enemies. Or at least take on those dogs. I could handle the other 2 enemy types. This definitely makes it easier. Alright, alright, alright. Let's see. 287, 152. What does this dog give us? $14 gold, 3 experience. So compared to the other ones, it's good. It's beneficial. Attacking them are beneficial. What little trouble they give us now. Okay, yeah, so Sarah's not, immediately in danger. It's kind of weird. Seems like there is the way the screen follows Aaron, I guess, truly in this game. But it seems like there's there's the whole screen, which is a square or rectangle. And then there is an invisible rectangle on the inside that, the screen's not going to move until you reach one of the boundaries. So often that'll cause Adel or Aaron to be on, basically 1/3 of the screen, whereas you can see visibly 2/3 on the other side, which doesn't really benefit you as a player. I guess I'd want the screen to just always, if I'm moving up, it moves up. Have Adel always be in the dead center of the screen. Maybe not, though. At least this way it gives you some room to move around without the screen moving if you're trying to track down a nearby enemy. I don't know. Just something I've noticed while playing this first hour or so. But yeah, this soundtrack, I really do dig the soundtrack. Nothing's given me trouble since I got the shield and armor. Getting close to leveling up as well. Let's go and save it. I don't think there's anything over here. Maybe if we can drop down at one point. Oh, maybe this guy's just naturally over here. Guy who talks to us. One of the thieves who talks to us about Dogi being lost in the Tower of the Doomed. Okay, how do we fare against this thing now? We're actually doing damage. He can damage us, though. Alright. I think we're at 311 for experience. So that gave us 4 experience. I don't remember what the gold count was. This is still considered Zepik. Health regenerate. Ooh, got us. Let's see what's over here first. dead end, maybe potentially a place to drop down. If that is ever something that can happen. Ooh, jeez. You gotta be careful with these enemies. I was risking it. Ooh, jeez. Jeez. I could take one of these guys out. 315, 288. Got that one. 4 experience. What was that? 14 gold. Oh. Not happening. Not happening. Almost had him. Come on, just give it to me. Just dead end. Let's see if he's still down here. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Stupid D-pad. Come on. Ah, jeez. You know, character can only go in cardinal directions. Trying to get that to happen with this control pad. Easier said than done. Okay, I think I just need to not bother with these guys for now. Avoid them if I can. Maybe after I level up next I can handle them better. This one I may be able to take. Yep. Okay, so now we are in the hills, which I think this is where the thieves are. Wonder if the thieves won't talk to me until I bring back the body of Dogi. You could see that being a scenario. Thieves' den. Friend, for what reason hast thou come to this place? Thou dare accuse us of stealing from the people. We only steal from the rich. We bother no one else. In fact, we have also been the victims of theft. For some strange reason, everything stolen from us was made of silver. Strange. Maybe not. Okay, so thieves are also been the victims of theft. Of course, everything that's stolen from them has been silver. Same as townsfolk of Zepik and Manea. Okay, but that was the thieves, so we found them. So at this point, I think we would want to go to the Tower of the Doomed. Maybe. Maybe. We'll let his health replenish. Save. No, this is the palace. I need to go to that one because it's different colored. Aaron finds a ruby. Sweet. Can't do anything with it. At least not at this moment. Is this the way we came? Yeah. Wonder why this palace is so empty. Guess it's because all the enemies running about. On the outside though, not on the inside. Did I use the ruby maybe? No? Looks like we got a boss fight. Does my health not regenerate in boss fights? What do I gotta do? Maybe I'm supposed to die? I don't know. Let's see what's left of the palace. Nothing. Nothing. I need to level up. Oh, come on. We went all the way down this left turn, wow. All the way down this leftmost path, right? This was just a dead end, right? Yeah, it's just a dead end. Oh. $69 more experience. the next level. Let's go back and get that ruby, I suppose. Aaron finds a ruby. Oh, something else. What do we got? It was locked. Let's see, was there someone who needed a ruby? I don't think so. No, we need to get the... I wonder if this is the thieves. No, because they had something silver stolen. Maybe it would say in the manual, but I do not have the manual. Ah! Ooh, close. While we're here, we'll go speak to the thieves. I think I'm gonna head back towards Zepik. Got him. And talk to the mayor. Let him know if he even does that. Hey, thieves didn't steal your bell. Actually, it was someone else entirely. I don't think that'll actually happen, but worth a shot. Come on. Really? Really? Let his health regenerate. He's kind of hesitant. Man, God, look at there. He's kind of hesitant to start playing this game because I'm playing Final Fantasy VI right now. I love RPGs, but I like to play them mostly one at a time just so I don't lose anything while playing them. Don't lose any momentum or information. Yeah, I'm taking all these notes, so that really helps in that regard. But I am just about done with Final Fantasy VI, so I thought now was as good a time as ever to start this game. It's my first time playing through Final Fantasy VI, and I'm coming to it with the understanding and the realization that most people think that is the best of the 2D games and one of the best games in the series, if not the best. Most people I hear that from, it seems like, because it was the one that they played fairly early on in the series, so it would leave the most impression on them. Okay, nothing from him. And I'm liking it. It's a very solid game. I'm not liking it as much as I thought I would, considering all the hype and hyperbole I've heard about the game. I've been playing through, or I started playing the Final Fantasy games in chronological order, the core series, a couple of years ago, and I've taken my time. I'll play 1 or 2, then I'll fall out of it. I think 2 years ago I did beat 4 and 5 in the same year, which 4 was fantastic. It seemed like that's the first game in the series that really featured a real well-developed narrative, lots of characters, lots of characterization, character development. I almost had them. So that game gets a lot of kudos in that regard, and it had a cool story, cool plot. And then 5, I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did, but I just loved it. It has a terrible story, like little story at all. I mentioned the first episode, the boss or the main bad guy for most of the game in that game is called X-Death. It's like, X-Death? Are you kidding me? But the gameplay in that game, the gameplay systems, I think that was not the first game that introduced, or not the first game in the series that had the job class that goes to Final Fantasy III, but they came back to the job system and really reinvigorated it. And I found the gameplay, that mechanic, that system specifically, to be very addicting. I wanted to do a lot of battles just so I could level up the various jobs of my characters. And 6 seems to be a pretty good blend between the two. It has got a very well-developed story, much better than 4. Or, I don't know if it's much better than 4, but it's further developed than 4. Much more technical. Much more ambitious than 4. And it's a good story. I'm enjoying it. And the gameplay, it's kind of back to... It's definitely a combination between like the styles of 4 and 5. 4, it seemed like there was much more situational kind of cinematic battles where, okay, here's a section or here's a battle where you're going to have to use this magic, this stat buff. You're going to have to do something specific. Whereas in 5, it seemed like that was much more up to the player. It was much more apt for grinding, much more apt for specializing. Instead of having your character be a preset job class, like this character is my Dragoon, this character is my healer. 5 had the approach where, yeah, they have these job titles, or these jobs, and you can make them whatever you want them to be. So you could have, your tank also know white magic spells. He wouldn't be able to do them as well as somebody who had a better magic stat, something like that, but he could still do them. And 5 has kind of taken that approach with espers. So you have these summons, but whenever the summons are equipped, you also learn magic. They each have their own magic spells that learn at different rates. And so you can have let's think of a character. Let's think of Locke, for instance. He's the thief character. He is a thief, so that is his class to say, so to speak, but he can learn white mage spells, he can learn black mage spells through the espers that he has equipped. And so while, yes, the characters are technically locked into classes like they were in 4, via the espers you can customize them. Let's see, this is going to be the same stuff, isn't it? Sure enough. Let's check out the cave. But I'm just about done with that. And I think one of the reasons why it's not impacting me as much as it maybe 4 or 5 did was because I've seen it before. I played 4 and 5 fairly recently. And also, I've started 6 like 3 times. This was the 3rd time for me to start it, and finally I got past like the 6-hour mark where I can get through it. I'd started playing it with a friend, and I think we just burned out, or I got burned out at some point. We stopped playing it, and then I started playing it again, and same thing happened. It's like, I just fell out of it for whatever reason. Now finally I was able to stick with it, so I'm gonna beat it this time, thankfully. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting to the 3D games, looking forward to getting to 7, 8, and 9. And I'm sure he has a lot of health. I'll have the same issues with those by the time I get to 9, I'm sure, where it's like, okay, I've seen this before. I've played through 7 and 8 recently. But getting to 7 from 6 will be a big change. I think, at least visually. Gameplay-wise, I don't know. I did play 7 for about a dozen hours probably about 5 or 10 years ago, but again, fell out of that for this reason or that reason. But I don't really remember much of it. Much of the actual gameplay. I remember the scenes, the settings Cloud traveled through. And I think once I'm done with 6, though, I will start Uncharted 3. Drake's Misfortune, I think that's the subtitle. I played through the first 2 Uncharted games. I've been trying to play through all the Uncharted games since 4 came out. And I played through the first 2 Uncharted games, and those were both great. But I wanted to play something different before jumping into 3. So that's why I started playing Final Fantasy 6. But Uncharted 3 won't take too long to beat. And then after that, it'll be Uncharted Golden Abyss on the Vita, and Uncharted 4, and Naughty Dog has made it seem like that is it for the series, or that is it for Nathan Drake. So, I'll have been able to play the entire Uncharted series, or the entire Nathan Drake story of the Uncharted series within a year. That'll be nice. Uncharted 2, man, that game is fantastic. One of the best games of that console generation, if not the best. I don't know if I'd call it the best. Personally, I think I would be down for a more open world game, probably something like Skyrim. But as far as cinematic action games, you know, more linear, straightforward, 12-hour video games, one of the best. Naughty Dog just shows their craft with that series, and just how good they are, how much time they spend on the small things, the details. Very talented team. Ooh. Should have stopped and healed. Man, it's like half an hour and we haven't really made a lot of progress. Gotta level up. How much do these simpler enemies give me? They just give me a handful, don't they? Let's see, 351. Of course, unlike those other enemies in the hills, or in Zepik, these ones don't give me any trouble. 356, yeah. Let's grind here, get a level. Go back to that palace. Yeah, that thing doesn't even damage me now that I have shield and armor. Very nice. I wonder what I gotta do to get a seed, or if I even get a seed from the Rhoda tree. Maybe that's not the Rhoda tree. So there was another big tree like that. Maybe it's just an item I find someplace. Maybe it's in a treasure chest. Where'd that thing go? There it is. 374. I'm literally pushing down on this control pad. I may take this controller apart and see if it needs cleaned, needs realigned or something. I think you can also use the Genesis controllers on the Master System. I think you may have to do a little bit of modding to make it work, but they have the same port. At the same time, I think you can use the Master System controllers on the Genesis. Although I don't know how many games they would actually work with. That'd be the way I'd want to play, probably, with a master base. No, not a master base, a power base converter. I think the adapter that allows you to plug in Master System games to the Genesis. Be nice to have one. Although I guess since I have a Master System, it's just as well. I think we leveled up. We leveled up. 401 out of 800. 35 strength, defense, 47 HP. Let's go ahead and save. Now let's head back to that palace. I wonder what I do with this ruby. I'll have to look that up. I wonder if it's a story item or if it's something I give to somebody for a side quest. Where do I sell it? What do I sell the merchant in Minea? He bought a couple different things. I wonder if it's just something I sell him. No enemies since I leveled up? Come on, I want to fight you guys. Oh yeah, that makes it so much easier. Those guys just give 4 experience. I'd have to defeat about 100 of them to get to the next level. Which I may have to do. We'll see what happens. Check out this treasure chest on the right, see if I can do anything with it, or if it's still locked. It was locked, okay. Control pad is making me roll my eyes. I do have another control pad. I may have to give that one a shot in the next video. And they just take Phillips head screwdrivers, so I should be able to take it apart and check it out. And it could just be this control pad. At first, looking at this controller and feeling it's like, oh man, this is going to be nice. I like this. But then in practice, playing games, it's not desirable. You really have to roll it around. Great thing about the cross design of the NES controller, Nintendo's D-pad, is, hey, if you're pushing up, you know you're pushing up. You know you're pushing one of the cardinal directions. I may be pushing some of the diagonals a little bit tougher, but the core direction's perfect. Easy to understand. Easy to do. Well, this is a game that only has cardinal directions. He only moves in cardinal directions. So this would be one game that would benefit greatly from that controller. Instead, I feel like I kind of gotta roll it around like I'm pounding out a Street Fighter combo. Okay. Let's just hang out for a little bit, see if he stops. Because my health isn't regenerating. I don't think anything's gonna happen. I must not be strong enough to defeat this thing yet. Which, considering he has so much more health than me, that's probably a solid indicator that I am not strong enough yet. Too bad, so sad. There's a place north of the thieves, right? I was gonna head back to the towns and make one more round. But maybe I gotta go further north. I think whenever I went to the thieves' den, I just went straight to the thieves' den. I think there's also a northern path. And everyone, or the people I spoke to earlier, said Thieves' Den is next to the Tower of the Doomed. And that's the palace I was just in. That's not the Tower of the Doomed. We'll let his health restore a little bit. And we're good. Ah, it's just a dead end. Yeah. Okay, let's head back to the towns, make another round, I guess. At least I'm getting some experience. Jebba have anything to say? Nothing new, at least. Done and done. Maybe I can't get access to the Tower of the Doomed until I find whatever was stolen from the thieves. I'm gonna try taking on these enemies after getting a level up. I don't think it'll have any result. These things seem like they were still pretty strong. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to take these on for a while. And no one, well, yeah. I'm defending them better, but I'm not doing any damage. Looks like maybe the next level up I'll start to do damage to them. Are you coming after me? It's actually looking for the merchant. Okay, yeah, so rubies are just something I sell. I'll give you 1,200 gold pieces. What's my gold intake? 1,200, so that'd put me at 2,000. I'd be able to buy a new weapon or a new piece of armor. I don't know, you just told me that. So longsword is 2,000. Come on, I just want to get past you. Plate mail is 2,000 as well. Middle shield is 2,000. Wonder which is better, having the shield or the armor. I guess shield probably increases the chance for Adel to block enemy damage, but armor would lessen the amount taken whenever he doesn't. Wonder how that works, the medicine. I don't have enough money. Doesn't tell me how much it costs though. Heal wounds. 10 points costs 50 gold. I'm gonna save and see what that does. So literally just heal myself. Don't need that. Still have no book to read. Well, I need to figure out what to do with that enemy in the palace. How can I beat that enemy in the palace? I think I'll have to do some reading. Probably call it quits for this episode. Figure out what I need to do. I'll probably also look up a scan of the manual before I resort to a FAQ. I don't want to look to a FAQ. I'll try and figure all this out on my own, but I will resort to one if necessary. But like I said, I think I'll check a scan of the manual first. that may have some hints. Get the guy in the right direction. And maybe I just need to get stronger. Well, I can't do damage to him yet. Maybe a stronger weapon. That's probably what I'll try. Probably save, sell that ruby. That ruby's in there for a reason. It'd be there for making money, so I could buy a stronger weapon. Perhaps. That's maybe what I try. I'll probably sell that ruby, go buy that long sword. That may damage the enemy. But anyways, I think that is going to do it for this episode. My Let's Play for Ys, The Vanished Omens on the Sega Master System. This was John from mybirdnotgames.com. I do appreciate you watching this video. I hope you watch other of my videos, Let's Plays. If you have a recommendation, let me know. Reach out to me through the website, through a comment. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But I will see you, hopefully, in the next video. Bye-bye.